Hi guys. So this is going to be a super duper quick video, but I just wanted to let you know that for the activity in Max's program that there's he's got to determine between metal, plastic, and paper. Helene had made some suggestions on what we should use, so I put it in this Ziploc bag right here. And then, to be honest, I don't remember what basket it's going to go in, but whenever you're done, if you can just pop it in the corresponding basket, that would be awesome. Other than that, I did see several new things on his sheets. And at school, I have got a ton of, I totally forgot I had them and I kind of came across them this week, but I have a ton of pictures. I don't know if they're helpful or not helpful, but they are organized like according to category. The only problem is I didn't label the categories. So like all the clothes are together, but you'd have to open up the baggie and kind of look through it to be like, oh, these are all clothes. But I'm gonna bring those home for you guys, and maybe that will help with some of the materials in case you need materials for those things. When it comes to pictures, I'm gonna bring home that, and that will all be in a bucket. And then I also have the big, I keep it over here. It's the big vocabulary noun cards. And what's nice is if you open that up in each section, because they're all kind of sorted by categories, I think the first card tells you everything that's in that section. So you don't have to go through all the pictures. You can just kind of look at that first card and you'll see everything that's in the section. So that might be helpful. And then at work, I also have, I'm not gonna bring it home unless you request it, only because I don't think it will be that helpful, but maybe. But just kind of know in the back of your head that I have it. I have another one of these boxes, but it's verbs. So that's where I get all the action pictures when Max kind of describes the actions in the sentences. So if that can be helpful for some of those new things, let me know that as well. And then in my Teacher Pay Teacher account, I do have like a for Max category in my purchase section, and that's where like all the community helpers, and I've got a lot of things in there. And then if you go into the vocabulary section, in there I also, and you type in photo, I've got a ton of photo cards there. So I don't know if that's helpful, if it's easier to kind of just look through that instead of using Boardmaker, or if Boardmaker is easier, just do that. But I just wanted you to know I have all that stuff. And then that other bucket, I'll bring it home on Monday for you guys if that's helpful. Other than that, for any of the new activities, if you do need anything from me, just kind of leave me a note. And there is a lot of stuff, and I don't want Max to get caught up in kind of like discrete trial training all day and then alternating between that and his trains and cars. It is really good for him to engage in activities that he might find fun, but that aren't trains and cars and dinosaurs. So, for any of the things that were added into HighRasmus, obviously I know you're gonna do it the way HighRasmus has outlined in order to collect data, but if you want like some kind of fun activity to do after, just in the computer, just make me a little note and highlight it in any color but yellow. So that'll just draw my attention to it. I highlighted all my notes, like if I had questions for you guys, in yellow. So if you just kind of highlight it in a color that's not yellow and just say, hey, Erica, this would be great to have a lesson or an activity for, just pop that in there and I will definitely come up with something. I don't want to kind of go through and come up with lessons for everything, because you might not have time for all of that. I know there's a lot in there to get through. And then, if you don't want a lesson for certain things, then, I don't want to kind of take the time out to do that. But definitely let me know, anywhere in his program where we can kind of shake it up and do some like natural environment or fun activities, and I will definitely try and come up with that. Other than that, I'm all for like any time that you guys take him out to the rail trail or for walks, or playtime with any other student, when it's possible. Like, we are 1,000% on board with that. I think it's so good for Max. So anytime you want to do that, that's awesome too. And then the last thing for this video, and then we are done. I just want to see where I put it. Oh, I put it over here. Tucker, it's about Tucker. So Tucker's been having a little bit of a hard time, and by a little, I mean a lot. He's having a lot of a hard time with potty training, and also kind of getting into things. So I made him a schedule that will hopefully make it super duper simple for you guys. He'll probably be crated most of the day, which I think is actually good for him, because then he'll get the sleep that he needs, and he's not going to be in there for like 9 hours straight. So if you guys don't mind, I'm just gonna go over it real quick. So what I thought we could do is, I feed Tucker breakfast every morning, and this has nothing to do with Tucker, this is about Max. I thought it might actually be a really good thing for Max to take some responsibility for the dog. So I think just because the dog is another living thing, you know, rather than just like doing dishes or laundry, you know, kind of caring for something else and having it not just be about Max and what he wants, I think might be good. So a super easy step is if Max wants to feed Tucker breakfast at 8:30. So I might just like hold off on that, and then Max is usually done with his shower and stuff, or it doesn't have to be at 8:30. It's just, you know, before he comes downstairs, but like after he has like showered and done his morning routine. If Max wants to give Tucker the scooper for Tucker's food is in the big food container. It's a big tall food container upstairs, and I'll show you. And he can just give him 3 scoops in his bowl and make sure he has water. I thought that might be kind of cute. And then after Tucker has eaten his breakfast, and he will eat it all up, like he's not one to leave it, like he'll eat that. Max can he can help take him outside. It's got to be in the front yard. I talked to the trainer, and apparently it's not uncommon for dogs to be picky, and Tucker is very picky about where he goes potty. So he will not go anywhere but the front yard. So if he can go in the front yard, that would be great. So Max can take him out at 9, and then once he's gone potty, he can come directly back inside and then just go in his crate. When Tucker goes in his crate, he really, like the shades need to be drawn and the windows closed. It should be like dark and quiet and all that so that he goes to sleep. And then as long as it's quiet, like if Max is upstairs making noise, it won't work. But as long as it's quiet, Tucker can now stay in his crate for 4 hours. So until 1 o'clock, he can stay in his crate, unless, like if you hear him crying up there and it has been quiet, like if you're working downstairs and then you go up and you're like, oh, he's making noise and it's been really quiet, then that just means he's got to go out and go potty. So then of course you can take him out before 1 o'clock. But otherwise, like if it's 1 o'clock, or if it's quiet and, you know, he's not crying, he can stay in his crate till 1. But then at 1, he would immediately have to come out of the crate. Max can help take him outside again in the front yard. He's got to go potty, and then he will need like play for about 10 minutes. But Bree sent me a video of Max and Tucker playing. It was so cute, and I think they both kind of bond and have a good time. Max has Tucker chase him around, and it's good for both of them. So at around 1 o'clock, when Tucker comes out, they can do that. And then at about 1:15, Tucker can play alone. He does need to be in eyesight of you, because he's getting into a lot of trouble that I think like could be dangerous for him. But I'm gonna leave very specific toys when he plays alone. Those toys will be in his playpen. He does not need to play in the playpen because it's just too small. But the toys for play alone time will be in the playpen. And if you take those out for him, he actually will play very well by himself because they're kind of food-related toys. And then after he's kind of tired out from playing with all those toys, then he can just go right back into his crate. I'm assuming that'll be about 1:15 or 1:30. So I know it probably sounds like a lot of dog things, but really like super simple. For 90% of his day, he's going to be in his crate, and then he just has a little bit of play with Max, which I think is good for both. And then just 2 potty breaks. So whoever's here in the morning will do 1 potty break, if you don't mind, at around 9 o'clock, and then somebody else can do 1 at around 1 o'clock. but I think, the point of this schedule is it is really important for Tucker to be in his crate. I think that's going to help him with two things. The trainer said it will help him learn how to hold it during the day and not just at night. And Tucker can hold it for like 10 hours at night, so he can definitely hold it. He can do it. So the trainer said that, and then having Tucker on that kind of schedule will help keep him out of trouble that could be dangerous for him. Like, I cannot tell you the number of things I catch in this dog's mouth that really, oh my gosh, could not be good. So the only other thing about Tucker in the schedule is before his initial going into the crate at 9, so he'll be out of the crate when Max does morning routine. We really cannot leave him alone. So if you guys don't mind just kind of scooping him up and bringing him upstairs with you, and you can either like tether him on the leash or keep a door closed or whatever it is, but he really shouldn't be left alone. But once Max's morning routine is done and Tucker's had breakfast and gone potty, yep, he can go right there in his crate. And if he does wind up going in the crate before 9, that's totally fine, but I wouldn't leave him in there for more than 4 hours. So I would just kind of time 4 hours and then take him out for a potty break. So you guys know we appreciate you so much. And of course, this is really not your job or responsibility, but we appreciate it. And it's really good to see Max like relaxing and kind of bonding with an animal. It's been super good for him. So that's it for that. Let me know if you have any questions, and definitely let me know if you need anything. All right, thanks guys.